How are you today, children? I am also doing very well by the grace of God. I am Anita Bansa, your English teacher presenter for Basic 1. The last time we talked about a table. Today we are going to look at a different thing. As I said before, we are going to help ourselves to read little by little. We see Amina there seriously reading. So sit quietly and let's go over our lesson. Today we are going to talk about my classroom. My classroom. We are going to go over our homework for the last lesson. We said rearrange these words to form a sentence. Rearrange these words to form a sentence. And then we had things. We, table, put, on. We are using these words to form a sentence. And I said we start a sentence using a capital letter. And then we end with the word that has the full stop. So let's go over our homework. We have we put things on a table. We put things on a table. We put things on a table. We can see the things on Kojovi's table. This is a book. We have pencil, we have crayons, and we have an eraser on the table. So these are things on the table. We put things on a table. We put things on a table. Good. Let's go over. We put things on a table. Good. Again, we put things on a table. Good. Let's read together. We put things on a table. Good. Let's read again. We put things on a table. Very good. Now we are coming to today's topic. My classroom. You see how neat the classroom is. So every time you make sure you do not dirty your classroom. This is a very neat classroom. So you make sure you make your classroom neat all the time, and then you tell your friends not to put rubbish on the floor in the classroom. By the end of the lesson, you will be able to read simple sentences and then learn new words. So let's talk about my classroom. This is my classroom. This is my classroom. This is my classroom. All of you, this is my classroom. Again, this is my classroom. Good. So classroom is a new word in the sentence. Classroom. We all have classrooms at school. Classroom. Good. My classroom has 2 doors. My classroom has 2 doors. Let's look for the doors in the classroom. This is 1 and that is 2. 2 doors. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. These are the doors in my classroom. My classroom has 2 doors. The last time, my classroom has 2 doors. Good. Now we have classroom again as a new word. We also have doors. Good. My classroom has 4 windows. My classroom has 4 windows. Help me to count the windows in my classroom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. We have counted 4 windows in the classroom. Let's read again. My classroom has 4 windows. Very good. We have classroom and windows. Okay. Classroom and windows. These are the new words in this sentence. We also have there is a blackboard in my classroom. There is a blackboard in my classroom. Let's look for the blackboard in the classroom. This is the blackboard in the classroom. The teacher writes on the blackboard. There is a blackboard in my classroom. Read with me. Good. We have blackboard as our key word, as our new word in the sentence. There are 12 desks in my classroom. There are 12 desks in my classroom. Let's try and count the desks in the classroom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. There are 12 desks in my classroom. Let's read again. There are 12 desks in my classroom. Good. We have a new word, classroom, and 12. We have our new words, classroom and 12. Let's read for the last time. There are 12 desks in my classroom. Do you have desks in your classroom? Do you have desks in your classroom? Let's all read. Again. Good. Do you have desks in your classroom? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Very good. Let's look at our new words in this lesson. Classroom, windows, blackboard, 12. Let's look at our words. Classroom, classroom, classroom. Windows, windows, windows. Blackboard, blackboard. 12, 12, 12. Let's look at them again. Classroom, classroom. Windows, windows. Blackboard, blackboard. 12, 12. The last time. Classroom, all of you. Again. Classroom. Windows, windows, windows. Blackboard, blackboard. 12, 12. The last time. What is this? Again. Good. Classroom. And then again. Windows. What is this? Good. Blackboard. And then what is this? 12, 12, 12. Good. Now let's look at the sentences that we have read. This is the classroom. We said, this is my classroom. Again, this is my classroom. The last time. This is my classroom. My classroom has 2 doors. My classroom has 2 doors. All of you? Good. And then we have my classroom has 4 windows. My classroom has 4 windows. Read with me. Again. Good. We also have, there is a blackboard in my classroom. There is a blackboard in my classroom. All of you? Again. Good. There is a blackboard in my classroom. We also have, there are 12 desks in my classroom. There are 12 desks in my classroom. Good. And then, do you have desks in your classroom? Do you have desks in your classroom? And then you answer, yes, we do. Yes, we do. Do you have desks in your classroom? Yes, we do. Let's read over our sentences. This is my classroom. This is my classroom. My classroom has 2 doors. My classroom has 2 doors. My classroom has 4 windows. My classroom has 4 windows. There is a blackboard in my classroom. There is a blackboard in my classroom. There are 12 desks in my classroom. There are 12 desks in my classroom. Do you have desks in your classroom? Do you have desks in your classroom? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Good. Very good. We are gradually coming to the end of our lesson. But before we go, you have to do some homework for me. We are again going to rearrange these words to form a sentence. Rearrange these words to form a sentence. And the words are classroom, classroom, windows, windows, my, for, has, again, classroom, windows, my. 4, has. The last time, classroom, classroom. Windows, windows. My, my. 4, has, has. Good. We are going to rearrange these words to form a sentence. And remember, I told you we start a sentence with a capital letter and then end with a word that has a full stop. I believe you are going to do it well for me. All too soon, we have come to the end of our English lesson, and we talked about the classroom today. As I said, always make sure you keep your classroom neat and nice by not putting rubbish on the floor and by sweeping in the morning and in the afternoon before you go home. So till we meet again, be good and bye-bye.